This is the second example of removing the greatest common factor from an expression. So again, refer back to your notes anytime you're stuck about thinking what you should be doing next. And I would say when you're starting off these problems, like I've told you before, anytime you're starting a new topic, use your notes constantly. Excuse me. Now step A said to just look at the numbers and find the greatest common factors of the numbers in each term of the expression. So we'll look for the factors of 8, the factors of 4, and the factors of 12. And we'll list these out. Okay? Because 8, 4, and 12 are the numbers that were involved in each of the terms. So the factors of 8 are 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. The factors of 4 are 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. And the factors of 12 are 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. So the greatest common factor, in other words, the biggest number that appears in every line, okay? The biggest number that is common to all of the lines is 4. Okay? All of the lines also have a 1, and they also have a 2, but 4 is the biggest number that appears in each one of those lines. So the GCF of the numbers is 4. Now you may spot that without actually having to go through this, and that's fine. If you can tell from looking at it that the greatest common factor is 4, that's fine. You don't need to list all of these, but I find that it helps sometimes people think through it slowly to write them out like that. Okay, so step B was to write down the variables, in other words the letters that appear in every term. Okay, so the letters in every term, in other words they have to appear in all 3 terms. Well, there's an X, an X, and an X, so X appears everywhere, and there's a Y, and a Y. A Y appears everywhere. Now there is also a Z in the last term, but since it's not in all 3 terms, you don't include the Z here. We'll work with it later on, but you don't include it here. In step B, we're only interested in the letters that appear in each of the terms. Okay, we also need to know the smallest power that appears. So the smallest power of X in this entire expression is, there's an X cubed, an X squared, and an X to the power of 5, so X squared is X squared, and the smallest power of Y is, well, there's a Y to the 6, a Y to the 10, and a Y to the 3, so it's Y to the 3. Okay, and again, we're not interested in the Z here because in step B, we're only looking at letters that appear in each term. So that's going to be X squared Y cubed. Okay. Now, step C. Step C says put your answers from step A and step B together, and that is going to give you the GCF of the entire expression. So the GCF of the original expression, greatest common factor of the original expression, is, okay, put your answers from A and B together. So 4x squared y cubed. Okay, 4x squared y cubed. Step D. In step D, we divide each of the original terms, that's 8x cubed y to the power of 6, minus 4x squared y to the power of 10, plus 12x to the power of 5, y to the power of 3, z to the power of 9. Divide each of those by our answer for step C. In other words, by the greatest common factor of the entire expression. 4x squared y cubed. Each of them. Do that for each of them. 4x squared y cubed, and again 4x squared y cubed. Now, a reminder, the way to do this, we're going to divide the numbers the way we always divide. For the letters, for the variables, what we'll do is we'll subtract the power. We'll keep each letter and subtract its powers. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. X cubed divided by x squared, that'll be x to the power of 3, take away 2 is 1. So there's a 1 there. We can put it in, and we'll leave it off later because we don't usually include powers of 1, but we can put it in there for now. Y to the power of 6 over y to the power of 3. Well, 6 take away 3 is 3. Minus. Okay. 4 divided by 4 will be 1, which we'll again put in for now. We may leave off later. X to the power of 2 divided by x to the power of 2. If the powers are the same like they are here, you can simply cancel the letters out. Because it's going to be x to the power of 2 minus 2, x to the power of 0, which is just 1, and we have that already. So if the powers are the same on top and bottom, the letters will just cancel out. Okay, let's move on to the y's. And it was y to the power of 10 on top, y to the power of 3 on the bottom. 10 take away 3 is 7. So negative 1, y to the power of 7. Plus, now 12 divided by 4 is 3. X to the power of 5 over x to the power of 2. Well, subtract the powers, you get x to the power of, make our pen work, x to the power of 3. Y to the power of 3 divided by y to the power of 3. Similar to the last term. When the x's cancel, this time the y's will cancel because the powers are the same. And then the z to the power of 9. We don't have any z on the bottom, so we just take that as it is. We don't change that. Okay? And that's the result of the division. Now the last step, step E. With step E, we put this answer from step D, we put that in parentheses. So it's 2. Now any 1s will drop the 1s now. So 2x to the power of 1 is just x, y cubed, minus, now you can write minus 1 y to the power of 7 if you like, or you can just write minus y to the power of 7, plus 3x cubed z to the power of 9. That all goes in parentheses. And then, don't forget, your answer from step C, the GCF of the entire original expression, goes in front of those parentheses. So 4x squared y cubed. And I'll leave it up to you this time to go and check that by distributing the 4x squared y cubed into the parentheses. But that's your final answer when you do your factorizing, your factoring. Okay, thanks for watching and good luck with the problems that you're going to begin now.